Okay, welcome back. In this new video, we are going to use this undo feature. Okay, if you go to the details of the pattern of the implementation of this framework, you will notice that it's based on the command pattern. Okay, and the command pattern can be used. One of the common usage of this pattern is to undo operations that the user does, that the user did. Okay, so in our case, what we are going to do, instead of we provide a remove task here, we will implement this as the cleanup of this test. Okay, so let's check how it works. So first of all, for the target transaction, in our case is post, but in this case is post, but in our case it will be add. We need implement the do, and we need to implement the undo method. Okay, so let's go here to our AddTask and let's implement the undo. Okay. In this case, as we will run the implementation, this implementation here, we can just copy this for now. We can replace this. We don't need to return anything because we are not going to assert anything. So in this case, remember that to remove the things we need an ID. Okay, and I already did a snippet code to get the ID from the text that we got from the UI. So in our case, we are just removing the prefix the text, and the text after the ID. So the task with ID we are removing, we are replacing by nothing, and the same way we are doing for was created. So what remains is just the task ID. So as we need to get this information from the do method, we need to host this in an instance attribute, okay, in an instance variable. In our case, I'm calling it test ID. I'm just defining it as none. I'm filling it with the do method, and now I will use this in the undo method with my task ID. Okay, in that way we don't need to use this anymore, and we also need to place this the teardown of the application in a teardown method. Okay, so in our case we are going to use Pytest. So let's import Pytest. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. We can be this. No problem. So we are going to import Pytest, and we will define a new method that I will call teardown function. I will decorate it with the Pytest fixture. Okay, this is not part of the framework, this is just Pytest stuff. And here, according to the documentation, we need to invoke the undo method of the application. Okay, keep attention here, because this undo method that I will put here, and I will remove this, This is not the same method that we implemented here. Here we are implementing the undo method of the transaction, and here we are invoking the undo method of the application. They have the same name, but they do different things, okay? So in our case, we will move this application to here. We will build the app, and we can change this name for a better name. I will call just app. To do it's okay to do. And we use the to do here, and we replace the to do here and here. So just let's run and check if it works first. So it worked fine. Let's do our before we undo. Let's do our hard wait with 5 seconds to be fair. So it was very fast, so we didn't remove the task yet, so you can see that we did it at the end. If we run it again, here at the end the ID was removed successfully. Okay, so this is a feature that you can use. So just to recap, to use this undo feature, you need to have a way to invoke this undo at the end of the test. Okay, in this case we are using a fixture. You can do this at the end of your test, but it's not guaranteed that you will be able to. If your test fails, this will not be executed. Okay, sorry, I will coffee. Sorry, I was coughing. So it's preferred to use a fixture, okay? And we can improve our test here just to make the maintainability better. So doing this, you can remove everything that you added in your test, okay? So we are going to see other features in the next video, so hope you're there. Bye-bye.